Oh, I already took the picture, man. How are we gonna do this?
Dang, man.
Looks like a newscaster. Man, go ahead and start it off, man. I'll point it at you a bit. Welcome to, what's the name of this? This is Real Talk, Cigar Talk, the Roundtable, Scored Circle. Special guest, Pops Raheem.
Also known as Dolomite.
What was that?
Dolomite.
You want to tell them what that means?
Dolomite is one of our famous comedians. You know, everybody should know Rudy Ray Moore. What was his famous saying?
I got a lot of famous sayings.
Dolomite's my name, ass kicking is my game.
Smoking good today, smoking the Partagas, Havana, Cuba.
Dolomite say I'm so dangerous.
What you smoking?
JR.
What's the one that? What's his name?
John Wayne.
No, what's his pretty famous.
I don't know, I didn't even look at the rapper. Looks like an asylum to me.
I think
What's that? Asylum.
it's not an asylum.
This is a party. This
You guys smoke them too. I forgot the name.
Havana, Cuba. It's not a, what is it, Series D?
Yeah, Partagas Series.
Partagas D, yeah.
Series
Party
D.
D.
Can't buy it in the States, motherfucker. So what you guys want to talk about today, man? You guys always got the t-shirts on. I see Cheech and Chong and Kings Are Born in August. Highly eccentric.
Let's do football.
Football.
Let's talk about our favorite teams.
Alright. You want to start it off?
Yeah, I'm a Steeler fan, and I think I'm a Steeler fan, so I think the coach this year has one more shot to get to the Super Bowl. I think he needs to go ahead and pay Le'Veon Bell his money. He deserves the money. I think even though they're my favorite team, they're being petty and bitches now. Play the players. Pay the players. This is not a slave system.
That's true.
So we got, maybe Big Ben has one more year. And the coach, this is definitely his last year. If he doesn't win, they got to move on. 'Cause I think we got the talent there.
Let's be honest, I think they were robbed last year also.
And they were definitely robbed.
Twice, a couple of times I gave them 2 major plays they were robbed.
Exactly. But you know,
I
I
saw
think
that.
we're going to do well this year.
I saw that, I was there.
So that's me on the Steelers. We can come back and we can kick it around a little later. Go ahead, go to you, Matt. You're a Dolphin, man.
Yeah, so you know who it is here, talking about football. My favorite teams. More so than anything, I'm actually looking forward to hurricane season. That's my thing. I love college football. I just love the atmosphere of it and everything, man. You know, that smell of the grass. It makes me want to cut grass on Saturdays, you know, just to get that on the field smell and everything. I'm not talking about jock straps or any of that. And as far as the NFL goes, I've been a Steelers fan all my life. You gotta look at me crazy like that. I've been a Steelers fan ever since. They got robbed last year, though. I'm just kidding. I'm a Dolphins fan. You know, feel a little bit defeated right now. I'm not too happy with some of our signings. Went ahead and signed Frank Gore. That's cool and everything to bring him back to Miami, but it's pretty sad that he's actually in contention to be the starting running back, man. Did you know that? We might make him the #1 option.
Really?
Yeah, that tells a lot about Kenyon
36
Drake.
years old?
Tells you a lot about Drake, man.
Yeah.
We just haven't made many moves this year. I'm just not really happy about the Dolphins in general. The good thing I could say for my sake is that I don't have any expectations. So if they do make it to the playoffs, then they've already succeeded my expectations. But other than that, I'm looking at a 7-win season, to be honest.
7 wins.
7-9, something like that. That's basically the record
Who
I'm
do you think
looking
they
at.
could beat at this point? Who do you think it looked pretty bleak the other night, even though it was preseason?
I think the Dolphins will be one of those teams that could play later on and be one of the teams to kind of destroy the hopes of maybe a wild card team or something, something like that. For some reason, we always seem to play New England, though. How I can explain that one is beyond me, but yeah, that's basically what's going on with me, man.
The thing is, I think
I'm thinking about a record of 7-9, something like that.
but I'm not certain. Tannehill is. I don't like those surgical repairs.
Well, that's one thing I could say. Thank God we don't have that other motherfucker.
Which one?
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, the one that took the $10 million. And
Jay
ran.
Cutler.
Jay Cutler, who's a bank robber who stole $10 million.
Stole $10 million easy.
Go ahead, man. Who's your team? You don't even have a team. You like a.
He's
like
gonna say he's been a Steelers fan his whole life. You get the position yourself, man.
Well, you don't get a team till like seventh time in the season.
Shit, this
You
year
just pick who's on top.
looks better.
I suffer with my team.
I'm a Steelers fan.
When you got to be a Steelers fan?
I've always been a Steelers fan.
You were a Patriot fan last year.
I thought he was a Ravens fan.
Actually, I'm gonna go for the Ravens this year because we
You got so
got
many teams
You got
Steven Jackson, my favorite player now.
carpetbagger, man.
Steven Jackson
Ravens.
retired from the NBA a long time ago, dog.
Steven Jackson, the football
Oh.
player. Yeah, we're looking good this year. I don't know. I like the Browns too. Browns are good last night, man.
I'm not gonna lie though, I am gonna watch the 49ers.
What?
I like that team, man. I wanna see what Garoppolo could do for a full season.
49ers ain't
I
gonna
like
do
their
shit.
signings. They had a good offseason. Rams might have the best defense.
Yeah, Rams got a good team, and
That's it? You're jumping ship on the Steelers this year?
I'm going for the Steelers, but I'm supporting Steven Jackson.
You're a fan.
How does that make you? How does that make you
I am
feel?
a fan.
You're not a fan.
I'm definitely a fan of the Steelers.
He goes down to the last.
He goes to more teams than LeBron.
Yeah, he goes down.
He goes. Well, I can't say it's
He
ring
goes down to the last two playoff games. He would go to the Super Bowl.
I support
That'll be the team that the Dolphins beat.
I support the individual in the NFL.
Or the individual.
In the college now, I'm a Canes fan.
Who?
Canes fan.
You're in high school, in college now?
Canes fan. Big game coming up next week against LSU.
That's exactly. I know he was a guy.
Never had that one.
Predicting a 10-win season for the Canes.
That's a no.
10-1. I think 10-1 they're gonna finish.
Who's
10-1.
gonna fix them? The Canes?
Yeah.
I don't know about
Who do you
that.
see them? You see them beating LSU?
That's the only one I don't know about.
We're going into the season ranked top 5 already.
Yeah, but it's
We gotta beat LSU to stay in that contention. If we lose to LSU the first game, we're in trouble. The first 4 games of the regular season are usually
Who we got?
scrimmages.
Ooh. That's the toughest game.
Bethune-Cookman. Oh, this year I'm talking.
Cookman
Usually
isn't
we
tough.
start with Bethune-Cookman.
Cookman is a
I'm saying
practice
we got a tough
squad.
schedule at the beginning of the
As opposed
season
to-
opposed to later on.
Yeah, like the last few years.
Are we playing Notre Dame again this year?
I don't think so.
What about? Well, we're playing the Gators. No, we play the Gators next year.
Next year. Fuck them in the ass.
10-1. I'm gonna say 11-0.
Yeah.
11-0.
10-1. Man. We'll see. We'll see against. I don't know. We'll see
You know
against
you got the
us.
same quarterback from last year that you got.
That's what I'm.
Or hating on him.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
Notre
worried
Dame-
about.
Well, the problem is, nobody beat him out.
You gotta look. LSU is a big game. You gotta have your starting quarterback. If you're gonna stand against LSU.
Seriously thinking it wasn't that bad.
I still blame a lot on the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think the major flaw to the Hurricane, the head coach should be the offensive coordinator. He should be either or. He either be the head coach or the offensive coordinator.
I agree with that.
I like the coach, but we need some offensive coordination.
Yeah.
Our defense is on point, but like that Manny Diaz is doing his thing. I'd like to see that turnover chain again.
Yeah. They're gonna have the best D in the ACC.
Oh yeah.
They got the best D in the ACC.
Have you seen Clemson yet?
They're about to play Clemson.
Don't sleep on Florida State either. They got a new coach, and the problem is
they don't know who they're starting at quarterback. It may not be Francois.
They got
a new coach, and the coach is
a new coach.
He likes those Ken Dorsey type quarterbacks. They're not going to amount to much in the NFL, but they're great.
Let's face it, Florida State never really has a drop off in talent.
But they gotta come here though. They're not gonna win here.
They won here like 4 years in a row.
Yeah, they won because of Dalvin Cook. They don't have Dalvin now.
I forgot Dalvin's coming back. He's in the pros, right?
Dalvin is in the pros, so they don't have. That's why they lost last year.
Cook looks pretty good.
Let's talk about a kid that you coached in high school, man. That, playing with the Browns now. A kid named Callaway. I always pull for that kid. I remember when he was a freshman in high school. Played for Homestead Senior High. That kid's gonna be a superstar. Played for the Gators. Made some serious personal mistakes. I don't know really what they were, but keep your eye on this kid, Antonio Callaway. I'm calling him out now. This kid's gonna be a superstar. It's bad, man.
Yeah, he took one.
He's in the NFL now, right?
He's playing with the Browns.
Callaway, yeah.
Took it to the house.
Look out for the Browns in general. They're going to be interesting to watch.
Can't sleep on them this year. They're still young.
And my ass is getting all wet from this.
Was it raining?
It was. While you guys were eating, it was raining over here. That's all right, man. Just focus it on me when it's my segment. So.
Yeah, Antonio
I'm gonna
Callaway.
have to end up sitting on your dad's lap then. I'm not ready to do that.
I coached him in high school.
Coach too?
Callaway, on my team, Homestead.
Oh yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he's about what? He's something 4'4". Not the tallest, but he's the best Gators receiver the last 3 years. But he sat on the bench last year because he had got in trouble. But he still made it to the league, so fuck that now. He took it to the house last night.
I don't know, man. I think one I'm looking forward to right now, as far as rookies go, is Saquon Barkley. That guy looked like a beast in his first game. I know it's only preseason and everything, man, but did you see any of the highlights of him?
I've seen the highlights.
The way he was juking and everything, man. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, man. People are saying that he's gonna be better than Ezekiel. Yeah, it's a nice ass. Just a little bit of nurse wars going on.
There's popped up on the screen. Oh, go ahead. Continue what you were saying.
What's that?
No, I just say continue what you were saying.
Matt was talking about
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Saquon Barkley. He's probably the rookie I want to pay the most attention to this season. He's got superstar written all over him.
Yes.
You know, I think within, I want to say within 3 to 5 years, possibly within 3, he could probably be the best running back in the NFL. He keeps it up.
He reminds me a lot of Emmitt Smith and Sweetness, Peyton.
Yeah.
In terms of his body build, the way he runs. I think he has greatness unless he get hurt. A little bit of Barry. He's not a tall guy.
That's what I was thinking.
He's not a tall kid.
Barry Sanders is always able to maneuver.
But he's very, very strong. He's built.
Yeah, he works out a lot.
I imagine he's up to about 230 pounds. Is that true?
He's a workout machine.
He's only about 5'10".
On the bench press, didn't he get like 20 something?
He did like 25 reps at 225.
Yeah. It's a lot for a back, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. But come on, Canes, we need this season to begin. Yes. Honestly, that's what I'm most excited about.
Me too, to be honest with you.
A lot of people are worried and everything, but I look at it as a point to prove. You know, you start off hot and everything, and then you lose the last 3 games of the season. It was the last 3 or last 4?
He lost the last 3.
Big games. No, now you need to make a statement. Now you got to come in like I'm the starting quarterback. I run this this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show out versus LSU.
Right.
And if that's one of your toughest competitions going into the season, then it shows you can play with anybody in the season, whoever's on the schedule.
Exactly.
That's what I like about playing LSU in the first game. We're getting that out of the way to build our season. So this is a must-win.
They got to go back to the mindset of the Hurricanes of the past. No more nice guys. You kill a gnat with an axe. You get a man down, don't let him up.
Just put it on the bottom, man, so it doesn't fall. The straw doesn't have much support.
As Shaka Zulu's mama told him once, never let an enemy go.
I like that.
Kill him. I mean,
That's a fucking baby bat.
what was it? Was it bat?
That's a baby bat.
Damn.
What do you call a baby bat?
That was a bat.
Rat. I don't know. It looked like a bat.
It looked like a bat.
Like a little
It wasn't a bird.
dragonfly. That'd be a big ass dragonfly. Yeah, but that's basically my football talk.
You think you like moving DJ Dallas to halfback full time?
Yeah, because I think he needs a position. I think he needs a position, man. He needs more playing time. He needs to find him. He needs to find a position for himself to be a starter, man. He's an athlete and everything, but I like it.
He's not the biggest. But he is a fucking animal. He's a beast, you know?
Yes.
So what other topics have been on your mind?
This shit right here, like, good.
Look for a while.
I think University of Florida gonna make a little noise too. I don't think they're gonna. They're not gonna have a really. I think I'm looking for them to win about 8 games. Florida's another one of those schools that have talent. If you can, you guys listen. If you can recruit in the state of Florida, you're gonna win championships. Just the way it is. Florida has the greatest array of football talent in the world. So if you can recruit here, you just think about it. The main people recruiting here
More so than Georgia?
is Florida, FSU, and Miami. But don't sleep on FIU, which is the smallest school here in Miami, because they got the legendary Butch Davis as the coach. Butch is the architect of the greatest team that some people say existed in college football. Those were Butch people. I don't know whether they were all legal, but they were Butch people.
Was he able to bring any of his own coaching?
I don't know. I don't know who he got. He's been really quiet. But I wasn't
He
sleeping.
did pretty well last year.
I wasn't sleeping on that guy. He did like 8-5, something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good for them.
And you know he ain't gonna just be selling at that level now. He wants to go up.
He brought North Carolina back. But they were never back.
Let's talk about teams we might feel sorry for. I think most of us would agree. University Central Florida.
That was a fluke.
That was the coaching.
Think that was a fluke?
Yeah, that was a coach. He went to Nebraska. Scott Frost.
I'm sorry, UCF. I was polling for you. I think you guys were the real national champions, if I'm being honest.
Not in America.
Hey, they could have damn sure competed. I'll say that
They
much.
could have got beat down by Alabama.
They beat Auburn.
They did?
They beat Auburn,
That was
man.
off there. Football is a funny game, man.
Yeah, but they beat them 51-10.
You serious?
No, that was in the
I just
bowl
wanted to
game.
see if that would change your.
That was in
I
the
mean,
bowl game. They didn't beat
What about you, man? Feel sorry for any teams? Think there's any teams going downward this season compared to last?
in college or pro.
College? Could be college and
I
pro.
feel sorry for Michigan. Michigan is never going to beat Ohio State. And they paid Harbaugh all that money. They're not going to beat Ohio State.
They're not going to beat Ohio State either.
And I don't think they beat them
They're not gonna
one
beat
time in 20 years or something like that. I don't know. There's something like that. So I feel a
Those
little
fans
sorry.
are passionate too.
Yeah, they paid
I got
Harbaugh.
family up in Toledo, Ohio. Big fans of Michigan.
The thing is, I mean, I think it's a different kind of athlete in Ohio. You got the blue collar guys, man. These guys are hardcore.
Yeah.
LeBron type guys.
Yeah.
And he getting them all, man. So
Well, maybe they could be a surprising team this year.
I'd be surprised if they beat Ohio State. They're gonna be.
What about you? You see any teams on a downward spiral for the NFL?
The ones was still aspiring.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
Well, I think the problem.
that's nothing new. Nah, man, we should be better, man. We ain't got no Jay
Well, the
Cutler.
thing
Come on
is-
now.
Why is it these bad teams won't bring in Kaepernick? Bring Kaepernick in, man. He's better than the shit you got.
Might as well. Let him play receiver.
I'm serious. But the Dolphins don't have injuries.
I approve that message.
Something. Shit.
I was telling Jamil, and he couldn't believe I said this. I would have brought Kaepernick easily over Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler, that was just signaling he's being blackballed,
Yeah,
man.
you get a Kaepernick for $3 million. You pay this fucking $10 million. He was fucking. He was smoking cigarettes on the sideline.
And they're talking about the game that came out, Madden 19, their NFL game for the video game consoles that come out every year. They had, one of the songs that they have on the soundtrack for that video game, they totally bleeped out Colin Kaepernick's name out of it.
Wow.
So that tells you a lot right there. And now EA Sports, who manufactures the game, they're apologizing and added the name back in and everything.
I would think he's going to get back in the league this year. I think it's going to be. He's out of position where there's injuries every week. They're going to be forced to. Unless they bring back, what's his name? Johnny Football. He was up.
Nah, he didn't play too well in his debut for the CFL.
He didn't look good?
No, he had 4 interceptions.
God damn.
Threw for 110 yards, I think.
Well, I'm a firm believer. How can I say it? I want this to sound politically correct. That if this guy was drinking, staying up late, and he was winning,
What conditions? She'd be in the league.
why did they stop him? Ricky Williams almost did 2,000 yards. He smoked weed every day. So I don't understand. Listen.
First of all, they got to be done with that because it's legal in some states already.
Yeah, the thing is, one don't have nothing to do with the other, man. Come on. I mean, the man smokes weed. Johnny drinks liquor. None of those are illegal. You're trying to be a moral fucking policeman here. That's his life.
Yep.
I mean, so as soon as you take this away from them guys, the production fall off. Look at Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
Tiger was banging every waitress.
Do it for injuries too, yeah.
Tiger was banging every waitress from
You want to
here
say that on camera?
He's banging waitresses.
Girl, some balls, laddie. All right.
He was banging waitresses.
Every day, yeah.
Pussy.
Every day, and he was winning. Take the women, take the thing, these bras away. Tiger goes down. So you gotta understand something. It's called
Everybody's got like an
It's
addiction.
called
You're saying,
equilibrium.
everybody's got like an addiction or
It's not
something.
legal-
They've got their
it's
thing.
not illegal to bang no bitches.
It's like Just Blaze when he made beats. His thing was video games. Everybody's got their thing, What's your thing, JR?
Edit that out. Anyway.
Even the phone is saying no on that one.
No, listen.
What about you? You have a thing?
For what? For what?
You have a thing, I don't know, for what kept you going with teaching or something. I don't know.
I like to binge watch television shows.
Yeah,
Right
I like
now,
to do it.
right now.
Yeah, that is relaxing. Yeah, I like
I
that.
binge watch.
But I'm surprised you don't have Hulu.
I binge watching Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
my
shit.
problem.
I watched-
The Hawaii 5-0 is sticker?
It was a damn good show. People slept
Yeah.
on that. I keep people they laugh at when I say that.
The show isn't good.
It's an excellent. You haven't seen it.
I share with you.
You haven't seen the
not
show.
good.
It's an excellent show.
It's the same show from the 70s. They just-
No, it's not the same show from the 70s. I watched this. You weren't around in the 70s.
You weren't around in the 70s,
I know
motherfucker.
about it.
Just like that
No.
Cheech and Chong shirt.
You
What are you
cannot-
trying to say, man?
What I'm trying to
know
say
about
is,
the
if you
70s.
cannot make an intelligent comparison, shut the fuck up. He can't compare the 70s to now. I saw both of them.
Listen. Best show on Netflix. I'll give you top 3 shows.
Netflix originals?
Yeah, Netflix originals. Watch the El Chapo. Excellent. Watch.
El Chapo, oh yeah.
Watch Last Chance U. I just finished the excellent season.
Depressing.
3.
Stranger Things?
Stranger Things not on right now. That's a good show. Watch.
I like that comedy that's on called The Ranch.
I don't watch Ashton Kutcher.
That's not a bad show. I've seen that show.
Yeah, it's got other people in it too, though. It's not just
a
Ashton
bad
Kutcher.
show. I've watched. I haven't binge watched it, but I'm.
Trailer Park Boys fell off.
Fell off. Watch the show called Snowfall
Snowfall.
on FX. Excellent. About the crack epidemic, based on the real Rick Ross.
Another good show is. It only took 2 seasons of it. I saw both seasons.
They do away with the Get Up.
Called The Transporter.
The Get Up. They don't do that anymore.
The Transporter, which you saw in the movies, is not the same one on British television. Excellent show. I binge watched the whole 2 seasons. For some reason, they didn't bring it back this year. I forgot who the star is. That's good. And Netflix, I saw the life of Nina Simone the other day. I think television tells the intellect of a person. What do you think?
I think so. I watch smart stuff. You watch bad stuff.
No, I don't watch bad stuff.
I mean, the television, when you look at actors doing television shows and everything, you can either bring a person up or somebody who's already up there keeps their career relevant by going on TV shows. So I think it's the best thing for an actor or an actress to do, right?
Exactly.
Besides that, shit, I mean, we'll talk about Charlie Sheen a little bit, man. Charlie Sheen was making, when he was doing 2.5 Men,
Excellent show.
2.2 million per episode.
Excellent show.
Per episode, man. You have like, I don't know, 30 episodes in a season or something, so that's $60 million just in the show alone.
The thing I'm gonna say with it is the fact that
There was an excellent show. I like that.
and this is a personal thing. We have become moral policemen. You know, I mean, it's like, why isn't Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame? Why isn't Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame? I guess what we need to do is define what gets you into the Hall of Fame. Is it your personal life, or is it what you do on the field? Now, I can understand if you define that out.
It should be what you do on the field.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless there's some steroids or something being used, then you have an argument.
But they hadn't proven
I'm
it.
not saying it's right or wrong, but there's an argument for that.
Well, it can be an argument in baseball because
I feel like Max Kellerman right now, dog.
I like that shot. I like the shot.
It was never illegal.
I like this sports talk, man. This is nice.
Steroids were never illegal in baseball. Even if they were used.
That I didn't know.
It was illegal in football. So, but never in baseball. So Barry Bonds, for instance.
So they didn't want all the records by Babe Ruth and everything.
Right, well, Barry Bonds had 500 home runs, which is Hall of Fame shit before they say he started.
Plus he had 70
steroids.
plus in the season.
That's what I'm saying. Fight of the show coming on by him tonight, I think.
Well, another thing, another thing, and I don't mean anything bad about this comparison, but we're talking about Barry Bonds, we're talking about his steroid use and everything. Now, what about what's his name? Mark McGwire got caught for steroids too. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No, he's being punished too.
And Sammy Sosa?
Being punished too.
Sammy bleached his fucking face. He should be punished.
That's why he's doing that to try to get in the Hall of Fame, I guess.
Sammy,
Fuck you, Bud Sammy.
you should be banished because you look like
And I didn't have a Hall of Fame without Pete Rose.
What?
Dracula.
I didn't have a Hall of Fame without Pete Rose. Seriously.
They're gonna wait for him to die so that they can sell. They're gonna wait for him to die so that they can go ahead and sell Pete Rose.
They did that shit. You know what? You might not be wrong, Matt. A young man.
But by then it's gonna be too late.
A young man that went to my college, Florida A&M University, Bob Hayes, who is one of the greatest track men in this country, and is the young man that revolutionized pro football. He made it. He got him out of. They put him in zone defenses.
Yeah.
But he had a problem, they said, that he was either trafficking in drugs or using drugs. They waited till this man died and then they put him in the Hall of Fame. And I know that was deliberate. This man revolutionized football. I'm tired of these motherfuckers who always want to be moral policemen. You know what? You're not a moral policeman.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Who decides on my life? Only God can judge me.
Right.
You can't judge me.
You're gonna have a
You got the
legacy.
same
You're
shit
gonna
that-
have a legacy regardless of the Hall of Fame or not. So why would you keep somebody out of that?
That's what I'm saying.
When you talk about all the great players, you're gonna mention a Barry Bonds or a Sammy Sosa or a Pete Rose. Of course, Pete Rose is always gonna be in the talk. Any of them will be.
And Pete Rose, first of all, now listen,
So I mean,
I understand
if
it
the
might
general
be-
public knows they're Hall of Famers, why
not
the hell are they not?
unethical. They said Pete bet a couple of his team games. Am I correct? I think that's what it is. But listen, he didn't do nothing he didn't do anything to make them come out to win. He just bet on this motherfucker. In fact, he lost. I mean, come on, man. So what? He bet on his team.
Didn't Brent Musburger say he bets on the games?
I don't know about that.
He said he's a big sports gambler.
Brent Musburger?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. As far as because I got something to say about the Pete Rose situation too. As far as that goes, I do think that I'll say within the next 3 to 5 years he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Why do I say that? Because I don't know if any of you guys have been following it, but the NBA is allowing gambling now. The NBA is allowing gambling, and if the NBA has success in that, and they see how it goes and everything, why wouldn't other major league sports do the same? Especially if there's millions in money to be made for the league.
Because the owners are fucking hypocrites. You know, they wait to see how something would affect their
That's why I'm
pockets.
saying, like, as far as all the major sports go, and I'm sorry I don't watch much hockey, so I can't. Maybe hockey does it, maybe they don't. I don't know.
I don't know anything about that.
But I have to say, as far as the other major sports go, football, basketball, baseball, basketball probably has the best. What do you call it? The best commissioner.
Commissioner, yeah.
Because he's open-minded, he's trying new things.
And he works with them. It appears to work
Exactly.
with them. Yeah.
Exactly. And he listens to them.
Yeah. Football.
And then, it's back to what you talk about, on your private time and everything. If anybody has something they want to support or whatnot, they're freely allowed to do it. They can wear T-shirts, whatever they want to wear.
And we might as well
But with the NFL, it's a problem now. With baseball, we haven't seen it, but NBA, you're free to do all that.
well, we might as well tie into this, man. Since it's a segue into this, it's about athletics. A lot of these athletes being shook down by these corrupt females. I think that a major thing need to happen in this country legally. When I say in legal sense, I am so tired of someone being able to make an accusation,
Yeah.
and you get arrested.
Based on no facts.
Yeah.
Or no evidence.
You working at your job, wherever you're now, some woman say he grabbed me in my pussy. That's her word against yours. How they gonna come in and arrest you?
There's nothing proven.
That's why I hate this Me Too shit.
And Jamil and I were talking about that. That's why I can't watch the Today Show anymore.
Yeah, that's why I hate this Me Too shit. You don't tell me none of these women are guilty.
And why are you coming 20 years after? If somebody burglarizes your house, you're going to wait 20 years to make a phone call?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it. Listen, ladies, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it happens, but I think it happens far less. Like a man like Bill Cosby, 84 years old.
Yeah. What are you after him all of a sudden for?
He never raped anybody,
Consensual.
but they're saying that he drugged them. I'm a product of the 60s and the 70s. All of them was using Quaaludes and those type of
I had that talk too. Anytime you went into a club, they had cocaine or whatever you wanted right on display.
Exactly.
It was out in the open, whatever you wanted to do. If you went there and you knew celebrities were there, you knew what time it was.
I mean, it's just unfair that Mike Tyson spent 3 years of his life in prison because some little skanky bitch said that he raped him. Matt, I called you to my room at 3:30 in the morning. She said she went because she wanted an autograph for her father. Come on. Those are
3:30
lies,
in the
man.
morning.
Come on, stop it already.
That happened with Tupac too.
Yes, same stuff. I'm not saying if a man does this kind of shit.
Does it have both of you on camera?
And number two is why should a man lose his whole career? Why should he lose his whole career? You touch your tits.
And it's a double standard because if a woman goes ahead and does something, what happens to them?
There you go. try to walk into a WNBA locker room as a man.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they can go in there.
No, but
It's
a
not
woman,
fair,
a woman
man.
could easily do that. Doris Burke or whoever.
But the danger, women, I need to pull back some of your aggressive Me Too females, because I was told once life is a pendulum. It swings to the left and to the right. Hopefully it stops in the middle. But for every action, remember this, physical science, there's an opposite and equal reaction. But the shit gonna come back on you all. Just telling you. It's what's gonna happen. It's gonna go so far to the right. then it's gonna-
But see, this is now that we're on the subject. This is something that I got a problem with as well. Now, when these women make these accusations about guys and everything, regardless of if they're a celebrity, sports star, athlete, whatever, when they find out that the story is absolutely false, or they end up admitting to it being false, nothing happens to the women. The woman, what's up with that? Why isn't there any type of thing that she has to pay for? Because I'm sure if that happens, you'll have less of this thing, less of these things happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing ever happens.
What are your thoughts on that?
Nothing ever happens.
It's double standards. It's not fair.
Exactly.
I mean, a woman come out there and grab your...
And let's be honest, we all know there's more women than men in the world.
Exactly. And you gonna tell me these women didn't go around Bill Cosby because they wanted a better job or to get some money? Come on.
No, they wanted the pudding pop.
Right. That's exactly right. Stop it. Listen, I can't stand that shit, man. It drives me crazy seeing people been put in jail for this stuff.
True.
But it's just accusation.
By the way, off subject, but this is a great smoke. Part of this deep. Now on to some controversial shit, which I gotta say, goddamn, because I like to talk about controversial stuff sometimes. Some women, all right, let me think of a proper way to say this. I think some jobs you can't have women as managers. You know, sometimes you can't have a woman in charge of certain things because they have certain ways that they think or whatever the case may be. I had a situation at work happen today. Something was left out that should have been in the cooler or whatever, something that had nothing to do with me. I was just coming back from lunch or whatever. You know, she's usually friendly most of the time, likes to laugh and stuff, but she ends up catching an attitude with me like I did something, trying to tell me off and everything. But yet she's always talking to the store manager, everything. I think they've got something going. So she gets away with whatever she wants to get away with. So she was going off at me and everything today, and I ended up putting her in her place. She was saying, "You know this can't be here. Why is this here?" Like talking to me like I'm in kindergarten or elementary school student or something, like I'm trying to be taught right from wrong or something. It's just a retail job. You ain't my mom. What's wrong with you?
I guess.
Like, come on.
I don't want no woman really to get really mad with me, but I think, Matt, you might have hit upon something in this sense. And ladies, ask yourself.
You know how I went off on her before you continue? I asked her, how long have you been working in produce? She said, why does that matter? Why does that matter? Oh, I just reached my 6th year, I told her. How long have you been here? How long have you been with the company? I've been with the company for 6 months.
See? She's over you after 6 months?
Right, because, you know, I had the similar job, but overnight until they eliminated it.
Yeah.
So we were on the level playing field when I was overnight. So now she feels she has the upper hand because I lost that position because they eliminated it. So that's when she wants to like show out or whatever, like she's boss or something.
Well,
Mind you,
like I was saying,
I trained her.
see, that's what I'm saying. There's something going on with her and the other boss.
People are not happy with me because I cut down my days, whatever the case may be.
Well, also, women, let me ask you this. Is there a difference between testosterone and estrogen?
Not with today's men. We're being honest.
These guys are wearing skirts now.
I was saying
They're so gay they can't even be scared straight in prison.
Testosterone and estrogen. Whoever has the most testosterone acts a certain way, and whoever has more estrogen acts a certain way. And I just think that I don't think we look at it physiologically or psychology enough. Women and men are different. I know y'all don't like to hear this, but they're different. You know, this is the way we were made. Anybody right there? Calm down.
This is on YouTube Live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't see the comments until later. All right, Jamil, so you've been quiet, man. What's something that's on your mind? I know there's had to have been something on your mind, right? You were saying last week that there was something you wanted to discuss or go over this week.
I know what school I'm working at now. Me and him talk about this stuff. So, what do you call the IEPs? It's a big scam, basically. Basically gives the kid extra time, and you got to show him extra care and stuff.
Yeah, it's just
Be extra attentive.
It's a game. It's a game plan for each kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a bad thing per
It's a
se.
charter school.
It's not a bad thing per se, but I'm like this. I don't want to be harsh to anybody, but they have something called mainstreaming now. Kids with severely disabilities, whether either mental disabilities or physical disabilities, are mainstream with regular kids.
Yeah, they put them in the regular class.
I don't really see how that's beneficial to either one of them. You know, I think that if kids are in their own settings,
Well, it's getting them trying to process the information correctly.
that's what I'm
more so
saying.
than
I think what you're doing is you're trying to make it, you're trying to make certain parents happy. But let's face it, you holding back this kid who has no disabilities. Not saying that kids with disabilities are bad. It's that I think they will focus. I mean, they will progress at a greater rate. Because when I was in school, the kids were, it was called, I forgot what they called it at that time. The kids like that were kept in their own environment.
Yeah, they had that ESOL or something.
Yeah.
No, ESOL was something else, wasn't it?
You saw this, that's English.
English,
special.
Spanish. No, it's yeah, I don't remember the name of it.
I'll tell you in a few minutes. It's called special ed, LD.
LD, yeah.
Yeah.
That was 90s.
Yeah, but they had another name for it back in the day. But I'm just saying that I think people need to be in their own lanes.
Yeah.
Come on, man. If I got a kid that's mentally disabled, I don't want you to throw him in. Then you're putting the teacher under pressure.
Yeah.
The teacher has to hold this part of the class up because she needs to bring him on slowly. But if he's in a class where the teacher knows this, you can bring him along slowly at his pace.
Exactly.
You know, and I mean, I'm not a determiner of who's going to be great. I mean,
I understand completely what you're saying. Here's a counter question to that.
what's that, man?
That was the Kane. That was the Kane season. I hope not. All right, a counter question to that. What do you think about AP classes and stuff like that?
Well,
Like, do you think that's something that's necessary
I think it's-
to really prepare somebody more so for
I'm
college?
even
Or
harder on AP.
I can speak on that.
I figured you both could. You both do some
As a
teaching.
teacher,
So
as former teacher, I think it's complete bullshit. All right.
this is advanced classes, AP, all of those
I said
classes.
advanced. Okay, it's like just giving the kids tons and tons and tons of homework. And I think only 25 to 30% of the kids pass. You don't get credit for that course unless you pass the standardized.
Have you ever taught any advanced or AP
I don't want
classes?
to say it's nothing like that.
All right, so let me ask you your opinion on this. Do you think that, I mean, it'd probably be more fair to ask a student or something, but in your opinion, do you think it's fair to the student to take those classes? Do you think it burns them out quicker?
I think it burns them out. I don't think that. I think those classes are for parents
Yeah.
to say,
It's like a status
yeah,
thing.
my kids taking these advanced classes.
Because let's be honest, I mean, when you look at advanced and AP classes in high school and everything, and you look at people in regular classes, the GPA is the same GPA regardless.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Give me a regular kid after 20 years.
I mean, I guess it looks better to some colleges, but GPA is GPA.
About 20 years of teaching, I've had kids who were considered regular, super regular, and they've gone on because I was a good damn teacher. I knew how to bring out the best in them. You had to educate a kid. You got to. Teachers don't make contact with kids anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Teachers too
Right. A lot of teachers just want to teach. They don't want to give like any valuable life lessons or
following
nothing.
the damn it's life, following the
Right.
goddamn script. You know what I mean?
Right. They're just following the script. That, look, this is the plan for today. You know, don't bother me. You know.
That John F. Kennedy was killed November 22nd, 1963. That's a fucking date. But what do you want the kid to know about that? Research. What the fuck was going on at that time?
Right, that's a lot of things. That's a big thing. You have a lot of.
I like to have my kids discuss. Discussion is the beginning of.
No, but what I was going to say is that anybody can look up anything online. That's not really teaching them anything.
That's what kids do now. They're using Google.
I mean, everything is like a research paper now.
And so the colleges were getting sick of, that you speak on it. Colleges were getting sick of this shit because not that they gave a damn about the kids, but they were losing money. You understand what I'm saying?
With scholarships?
Well, no, because it goes like this. If you pass that particular test, you don't have to take it in college. But if you don't pass it, colleges lose money when those kids pass. Very few kids actually pass, but colleges were also saying that it's not helping the kids, not preparing them for nothing.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying. It's all research.
Plus, teachers who teach that goddamn shit are not special ed. They're not special ed. A lot of them that taught it when I was there, they couldn't carry my jock strap. They would say, "You don't teach nothing." But I had forgotten more shit than they had taught. I came through real teachers. Malcolm X taught me. We talking about people who taught me knowledge.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have to go to no book to learn a date. Fuck a date. You understand?
I got you. I understand. What do you want to say about
still
that?
believe in Santa Claus.
Santa Claus isn't real?
No, man.
What?
No, he's not real. Came out a few
Do you know how Lewis is going to feel when I tell him that?
That's why Lewis should have been in a different class.
You don't understand what the Easter Bunny means to Lewis.
I know, man. But I was
He loves Peter's Cottontail.
I was I was slow too, man. I was 10 years old when I stopped. I was slow.
Sorry, Lewis. I hope you don't watch this, but
I love you, Lewis.
there is a North Pole, though, Lewis. It's okay. You can visit. All right. What do you want to say on behalf of what was being spoken
No,
about?
I was saying I was in advanced classes, and then when I got to college, I realized that shouldn't help me at all, man. It was totally different, man. Because you don't have your parents there. You gotta go to the library on your own.
Just doing notes.
Yeah.
All right, and you as a student, here's my other question. I'll ask you about it.
Yeah.
Now, by you taking these advanced classes and everything in high school, do you think it made it look any better as far as the potential or whatever of a scholarship?
Maybe.
But either way, you still didn't feel prepared.
I don't know, man. It's a totally different ballgame when you go to college.
It's part of the scam.
Yeah. It's just, it looks good in school, in high school.
I could take my regular kids and defeat those so-called, what they call those kids? AP kids.
Oh, you just got a message. You got a text message. You want me to tell you who sent it to you? Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Sally Mae says thank you and they love you.
Who?
Sally Mae.
Who the fuck is Sally Mae?
Student loans.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it didn't prepare me at all, man. So, I don't really,
And what do you guys think of the FCAT?
Total bullshit.
FCAT is over, right? You got FSA now.
It's the same
Really?
shit.
Well, it's the same thing.
First of all, those tests were about exclusion math as opposed to inclusion. At that particular time, when we had integrate.
After they watch this, you're never going to be a teacher again.
When it was segregation going on in this country, there were no tests.
Right.
Integration came. Let's keep them motherfuckers out. You had to take
Right, because
them.
it became about money with colleges and stuff.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, there's no proof that any test is an indicator of you being successful. You know,
I agree with that 100%.
he tests very well. I fucking test poorly.
Right.
I don't function that way. You probably test a different way. I don't learn. I'm what you call
Hands-on.
I'm a hands-on type learner. I have to read.
Visual.
I have to visual. Some people can hear. That's auditory.
Mm-hmm.
And some people need both. You know, when I'm auditory is not really.
The auditory goes in one ear and out the other.
I don't hear it most of the time because a lot of time the teacher's either monotone or he don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Or you can't understand him in Miami.
Show me where it is. Let me read it. And if I have a question, I ask you, what's going on here? All right. What we got now is that the top America is run by 1% of the population, and we 99%.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they do, the people at the top, they use all kind of issues to divide the people at the bottom, whether they're Hispanics, whether they're white, whether they're black. They give you issues that really don't fucking matter. You understand? It doesn't matter. You know, when it comes down to it, you and I in the same fucking boat.
The Rothschilds need their money, yeah.
We're in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get your check, you're not gonna eat this week.
Exactly.
I don't care whether you're from San Antonio.
We got to grind to get it.
Exactly. So once we get hung up in these little, so I be looking at.
I call them traps.
It's a trap.
We're like mice waiting to get trapped.
I look for the man.
Trying to get the cheese.
I remember what my daddy told me once. There was a time when.
Smoking Starbucks again?
No, that's why you're moving down. You can't smoke over there. Anyway, my father, I wanted to be Jackie Robinson when I grew up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be Jackie. He was a
So
star.
you grew up a big baseball fan.
Yeah, my daddy told me. My daddy was always on point. You know, he said, "Listen, why the fuck you want to be just Jackie Robinson? Be the motherfucker who paying Jackie." And that hit me like a brick. The fuck you want to be Jackie? Why you want to be LeBron? Who paying LeBron?
That makes me
If you
think.
can pay LeBron that kind of money, how much are you making? You understand? So that's where I look at it. And I don't look at that other shit. Listen, how much are you making?
I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's making me think right there.
that's the way I look at it. Look at you. I won't call your company's name, but their founder was a hell of a guy, man. The man was an old-fashioned man. He and his wife, he cared about people.
All right, because if we're being honest, right now it's being ran the way of what he went away from.
As soon as they put him in the ground, his fucking kids went crazy. Okay.
They went ape shit like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah, you got $90 billion. $90 billion, well, they got more than that total. They might have $90 billion
224 billion.
each. Those people where you work.
The family.
Oh, the family. And you tell me you can't split nothing with the people who work for you? You can't give them a fat bonus twice a year?
No, they're actually cutting costs now.
Which makes no sense. I mean,
because they're trying to compete so hard with Amazon right now.
Yeah, you agree to my
when Amazon said it's back to what you said. You're trying to be this person, but you're not being yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Give all this.
So you want to make Amazon money, but you don't want to be better than Amazon? What are you going to do to differentiate?
Every time you get a profit, and they're making profit.
Oh, of course.
Give your workers, all of them, $3,000 to $4,000 twice a year. Just give it to them.
Yeah. That's.
You know how much that'll be for them?
For an assistant manager, yes.
It'll be for everybody. It's peanuts.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking peanuts.
Right.
Hey, man. Hey.
Can't hear you, man. You gotta tell him.
I'm gonna tell him to smoke a cigar, man. Get that shit out. Nigga be sucking those cigarettes like they're dicks. Hey.
Anyway, man.
It's good real talk discussion.
That's what we should do every year. Have a real discussion.
That was a real
They were
discussion.
sport.
You're gonna call that the round table.
Next time we talk economy. Next time you talk
You got this lunch?
recreation. Next time we talk women. We talk dating. That's what gonna bring the people to you.
That's what he originally wanted to talk about, but he's acting
Yeah,
like
but
he forgot.
y'all were getting off on some bullshit. Like y'all was sounding like fucking Three Stooges. You got
We got a channel for the funny stuff. This
we
is
got
serious.
2 different channels. Yeah. This is Real Talk, and the other one is Cigars.
Oh,
and
okay.
Bullshit. The other one is called Cigars and
Okay.
Bullshit.
I got you.
That's what funny
See, I
shit.
didn't know that.
That's when Lewis pops up. Okay, I got you. Sorry, no.
You got this enlarged?
Me.
Shit. Oh, it's good.
It's good?
Yeah. It's been like that. It's a wide angle. Wide angle lens.
This heat is getting my ass now.
The clouds went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You sweat like the sauna.
So I guess we'll go ahead and end this real talk discussion with that. Anybody have closing thoughts? I like that. Next round top discussion, we're going to go ahead and talk about the economy and dating. I like that.
Dating. Pick one of those.
I think it's good we discuss
Just
like
our
three
economy
topics.
and
Like this one we had sports,
dating,
teaching.
21st century would be good. Versus dating in your time. That'll be a good one.
That's an
Then
excellent.
healthy. Then one we have next week, but healthy foods. What should people be eating?
We could break it down each show though. We're not do all in one show. We could do next time. We'll do dating in 21st century versus dating in 20th century.
Sneak preview. Dating, motherfucking. Dating. What you? I'm trying to talk, man.
Oh.
Okay. Dating, the economy, and I don't know. What's the other one you said?
I said dating in our time versus dating in your time.
Yeah. And then what's the third topic?
Yeah.
Third topic is going to be a mystery.
Right.
All right, with that though, we're gonna end it off.
Be like Cheech and Chong and smoke some.
Every now and then we're bringing a guest, whether it's a woman or a man. Might be nice if we had a woman here next time to talk about dating from a female perspective. Like I'm saying.
With that, we're gonna close out. Have a nice day. Yeah.
I'm gonna start getting